It is again a pleasure to come to all of you with the second edition of our We Manufacturing initiative with Phillips Machine Tools. We are having with us Shubhra Miranda, Director of Phillips Machine Tools, as our special guest today on this International Women's Day, where we are discussing about the topic embracing equity for manufacturing excellence. So that is the theme International Women's Day is putting forward to promote equity in workplaces, in the society, where they believe that is the path towards equality. We are talking about equality for a long time, and that is where last year we came out with our first edition, Manufacturing and Beyond, with Phillips Machine Tools, where we featured 8 women who were extremely successful in manufacturing. Taking that legacy forward, this year also with the International Women's Day theme, we are coming out with a one digital magazine which will be launched during this end of this program. But before that, we would like to listen to the views of Shubhra Miranda about what she thinks about embrace equity and how it can help the manufacturing, Indian manufacturing or global manufacturing. Ma'am, welcome to the virtual conference. What is your thought process on embracing equity?
Thank you, Hari. I feel that before we can jump into the actual subject matter, that is embracing equity in manufacturing sector, we need to address a bigger issue before that. So what are the challenges that are being faced by the manufacturing sector in general? First, we have to understand that before we can delve deeper into the subject at hand. So I feel that the manufacturing sector has a bigger problem of not having the requisite skill levels that are required to take manufacturing to the level that it deserves. Particularly, I am talking from our country's viewpoint, that is India. Or even if I see at a larger region where Philips India is present, whether it is India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Middle East, or now Africa, some countries of Africa, the issue remains the same, that the skills that are required by the manufacturing industry are not at the requisite levels. So first we have to address the gap that exists in this field or this sector, which is what is hampering the growth of the sector. And why is that happening? Is because manufacturing is not at the forefront of our education. So when we teach our children the basic skills or the basic subjects or whatever in school or in colleges, we are not bringing manufacturing to the fore. We are not bringing it at the forefront of their interests or the choice making. We are not even making them aware that such a thing exists. We think that if we bring that to the forefront, we introduce it in early years in education, then probably our children or our people can make an informed choice. Then is when the skill gap will be bridged to some extent. Today what is happening is for want of better skills, for want of the right talent, the sector is getting hampered. And hence we are not able to scale it up as a country to the levels that it desires. Of course, with government initiatives of Make in India and Skill India, the emphasis and the focus has come on this sector to a large extent in the last I would say 3 to 4 years. But it will take a long time. It will take another 10 years or 15 years before we can see it at its peak, like any other sector we saw in the past, like IT sector, or like services industries, or hospitality, or banking, because there was emphasis on that. So we need to bring emphasis. Of course, it also gives us an immense opportunity. So it gives us an immense opportunity today in the global stage that we can showcase our talent. We can position India as a manufacturing hub, So, but for that, this needs to be brought to the forefront. That's what I feel is the challenge today. Yeah.
I think currently when we talk about manufacturing and skills, or when we are talking about the opportunities in the manufacturing when it comes to workforce, we are basically neutral.
Yeah, we are.
So even there are no good skilled male or female available.
I would not say that there is any limitation today in manufacturing, because when we are talking about the talent, it has no gender. Talent has no gender, because both the genders are equally equipped or not equipped, I would say. Of course, males being more there probably because they are more related to machines or manufacturing, but I would say at the skill level, it could be anybody. So there is no gender bias today. If you ask me that okay, this person needs to get skilled, I am not going to ask you what is the gender of that person. I am going to ask you that okay, how many people need to get skilled in a particular skill or in a technology or whatever machine that you're talking about or whatever that you want to do. We are not concerned with that how many males or females or who is trying to learn it. We are concerned that okay, whether the person has the requisite capability to master the skill and be able to perform whatever is expected of that level, of that skill level. So the thing is that it is gender neutral. I mean, there is no gender bias as far as it is concerned. The only concern is that people have to choose it. They have to make it their choice.
And that choice that should be informed.
Yes.
And that should start from the very basic level.
Yes, I am saying that okay, the basics of science and math are being taught, in schools and colleges. So at that level, marrying the basic concepts and that are required in manufacturing should be introduced at least from 9th grade, which is I think around the age group of 13. I think from 12 to 13 the child is in 9th grade. So from age 13 to 16, like say 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th, 18 I guess, you complete 18 years of age by you complete 12th grade I think. So between those age groups, you have to introduce these concepts of manufacturing, marrying them with the basic concepts of physics, chemistry, math, which are basically required to understand these concepts. And then you can give them a choice, you can give them an informed platform to make a choice, basically, that yes, so many things are possible. And with the advancement of technology in manufacturing, for example, earlier we were only thinking about subtractive as a technology of manufacturing. Today we have additive, in a big way. We have advancement in terms of automations. We can have so many automated cells, so many processes can be automated. There is a lot of advancement happening in software related to machines, right? So that software also helps you to do more and more complicated stuff. So it is not only in manufacturing, the basic understanding is that it is only an operator who's working on the machine or a supervisor, in the shop floor or something like that. It's not like that. There are so many associated professions that are there, of designers, programmers, application engineers. And so there are a plethora of options that are associated with manufacturing. And also with the aerospace and defense sectors getting more prominence, it is coming to the forefront. I mean, and the person can choose to be anything. The person can choose to be an aeronautical engineer or something to do with space programs and stuff like that. So everywhere manufacturing is required. From a basic screw to an aeroplane, you need to manufacture the thing. You need to manufacture that stuff, right? And somebody needs to know about it, whether it's design, whether it's process, whether it's quality control, and so many other things associated with manufacturing. I think in the last few decades, we looked at manufacturing in a very myopic way, I would say. We have not done justice to this entire concept of manufacturing, or the universe of manufacturing, as I would say. So if we look at every facet of it or every dimension, I think that it's a brilliant opportunity for our country, for our people, and to position India in a very, very progressive way. And if our vision is to be the third largest economy in the world, then I think manufacturing is the only way that will lead us there. And hence the government is very right in putting Make in India, Skill India, and all of these concepts and programs at the forefront. And many state governments are taking the lead, central government is taking the lead, and having these programs to upgrade ITIs, to bring manufacturing to schools. There are several programs that are being run, And yeah, Philips is also doing its bit in supporting these initiatives.
See, actually, the concept of embrace equity put forward by the International Women's Day, the theme is very, very interesting. They are telling, okay, equality can be reached through equity.
Yeah.
That means, equality means, me and we both getting the same
thing.
Same thing. But equity is like, our requirements are different, but we are giving the same thing but on different parameters.
Yes.
And I believe even when this theme is now, they are creating more awareness to this with Philips education and with the advanced machines, advanced technologies what Phillips Machine Tools is bringing. You are already enabling the manufacturing sector to go towards equity.
Yeah, I think that equality is the first step towards equity, I would say that, or it's an initial thing that at least you consider everybody at the same level without any biases.
Okay.
Without any bias of gender, caste, religion, or whatever that bias may be, or whatever that dividing factor may be. So equality is the first step to reach equity. It is a more advanced form, I would say, of equity. So, equality, okay, you should get this one, I should get this one, but is my requirement only one, first of all? So, equity is enabling a person as per the need of that person so that equality can be reached. So, equity is a far more inclusive and a larger concept, I would say, and a more relevant concept, because sometimes even being equal is not enough. As we have seen in several examples, that being equal is not enough. You are still not doing the right thing for that person because his needs are different as per his circumstances or as per whatever the given parameters are. So if you really want to be equal, then the equity part of it has to be taken care of. That is, what is the need as per the circumstances, or what are you trying to achieve? Keeping the goal in sight, keeping the end goal in sight, you do the right things and you take the right steps. That is equity, I would say. Just by being equal mindlessly will not help, I would say, But yes, even to come to this level of discussion, I think equality had to be achieved to remove the biases from mind that only men can do this and only women can do this. At least to a large extent, that has been, worked upon, I would say. We are still not there, but it has been worked upon, it has been spoken about, and people are more mindful of that now, I would say. Yeah.
It is not if we say that manufacturing is little bit hard work.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
Yeah.
But things have changed.
Yeah.
Now in a 5-axis machining, you were talking about from screw to an aeroplane, and this component looks so beautiful for me.
Yeah.
But in a 5-axis machine, I don't see why women cannot work in a 5-axis machine today.
I think a few decades ago, it could have been the reality that there was manual labor involved because there were manual machines, probably. Not to say that women cannot do hard labor, but yeah, going by the general physique and the structure of the body and stuff like that, we cannot see. Equality doesn't mean that a man's body, physical body is equal to a woman's body. No, nobody is saying that. Those structural differences of biology have been made by the nature. We are not dispelling that. But today, in today's context, manufacturing is so advanced basically. It's not that a man is touching the machine any more than a woman needs to, Nobody is doing anything so much by manual labor, because we have CNC machines, we have automated options, and we have a lot of support in terms of pick and place. We have a lot of robotic integrations. And that labor issue also can be sorted. So I don't think so that's any limitation today, because the machines are automated, the processes are automated. So equally can be mastered by anybody, irrespective of your muscle strength, a man or a woman can do it. Whether it's 5-axis machining, whether it's additive manufacturing, whether it's automation, or even our normal milling, grinding, honing, anybody can learn those skills. Of course, there could be some places where muscle strength could be required at that point in time, yes, and with women getting into a lot of bodybuilding and stuff like that, if somebody does decide, then can do it. I don't think so there's any limitation. It is just that, okay, a few decades ago that was the reality, but that is not today with advancement in technology. So you will find, like, I mean, today as compared to before, you will find many women taking up mechanical, civil and other forms of engineering as well as their subject of choice.
And I think for a stable, as you told that, if India need to become a third economy, we cannot definitely not, leave manufacturing.
No.
We need to give that importance.
Yeah.
And
definitely not.
considering Make in India,
Yes.
there are a lot of opportunities for women.
Yes.
And even males and females, irrespective of gender,
Everyone
can build their career.
Yeah, and there are so, as I said earlier, there are so many avenues. You don't have to think of it in a very small way. How am I related to manufacturing? Even I'm related to manufacturing. How? Because my company, Phillips India, is in this space, right? And what am I doing? Am I touching the machine? No. But I'm enabling that the engineers can work, right? I'm enabling in a different way. I'm enabling the business in a certain way, right? So I'm also associated with manufacturing. So why can't you be associated in such a manner or any other manner? So there is so much opportunity in this sector that if we bring awareness, which we are from the early ages, and that becomes a culture. That becomes a culture that you can make this happen. You can do it. You can make it. You can design stuff. You can bring things to life. You can be, when I had nothing to do with manufacturing as my career option. I chose to be a pharmacist. So by qualification, I am a pharmacist, right? So I didn't have any clue about it. But when I entered this field through our company and stuff like that, I was amazed at what manufacturing can do. It can bring to life something that seems to be impossible.
You can create.
You can create. Like for Imtex, we created, or before that, I'm not sure, at one of the events, we created the Ashok's thumb.
It was in the Noida.
I think Noida demo.
It
was amazing. And for Imtex, we created the Baha'i temple, the Lotus temple.
Lotus temple.
It is amazing. I myself, of course, those are just to display the capability of the machine. But of course, in real life, we do create things that are of meaning. But these were to showcase the capability of the machine.
It touched people's emotions. There was queue in Imtex.
Yeah, for the Baha'i temple.
And even for the Ashok Stamba.
Yeah, and we still have we still have requests, or not orders, I wouldn't say orders, but we have requests for giving that, and we are trying to match the requests. Yeah.
Actually, this women in manufacturing is not just something what we are discussing in India, but globally there are many initiatives which are taking up to promote women in manufacturing, and we are very proud that we get associated with Philips and try to do so. The last edition, 8 people who were using the Haas and other machines were featured, and it have got great response.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
It got great response, and this year again we are coming out with another edition with 8 another successful women in manufacturing, and who are advocating embracing equity.
Yeah, I am very glad that women, not only in manufacturing but in every realm or in every sector, are making their mark, and they are not. They're not afraid. They're not afraid to make different choices as compared to before. Still, we are a long way to go with more freedom, with more, unlimited kind of access to things. But I'm sure it is happening, and you can see the change. When we trained the trainers at ITIs, we saw a lot of women trainers as well. We see a lot of women students as well in schools and colleges. We also see a lot more engineers today, even in our own company, who apply for these positions. Earlier, which was only males. So even design engineers and stuff like that, we have engineers, in our company also who are women. So that change is perceivable. Of course, as a percentage may not be there, but at least there is a start of change. And unless we advocate that, unless we talk about that, and unless we take concrete steps towards that, it is not going to happen. So I think at the policy level, by the government, by the companies, and by us, each of us, we can bring about this change, and I think we are doing that. Most of us are, in our own way.
And again, today, Phillips Machine Tools and Machine Maker is taking the next step. We are going to launch this year's special edition, which talks about embracing equity for manufacturing excellence.
Yeah.
we have now the new edition of Women in Manufacturing, which we are bringing out in association with Phillips Machine Tools. Please contact us for an edition which is available in the comment section, the link. Please register there, you will get a copy that is also absolutely free of cost. And it's amazing the way you leading the way along with the activities what Phillips Machine Tools are doing in promoting women in manufacturing, and that's greatly appreciable.
Yeah, so through Philips, we were already into bringing technology to India in different ways and required for different forms of industry, different technological pathways. We have also started another initiative, which is Philips Education, which brings the skills to children, to students, to trainers, to industry. So it is a wide range of products that we have, starting from the schools to colleges, ITIs, trainers and professionals who are already there in industry. So suppose if you are even in industry and working, but you want to upgrade yourself, you want to learn something new, you can come to us. Even if parents of children are conflicted in making a choice, we can counsel them, because we have some products for education in schools also, which we are going to launch later in this year. We have products for our ITIs. We have products for our students going to engineering colleges, and for the professionals as well. We also have our Philips app, which is a very machinist app, it is called. You can download it from iOS or Android platforms, and so it is available for the machinist community. So anybody who is associated with the machinist community or manufacturing can download the app, and there's lots going on over there. I mean, lots in terms of content, in terms of news, in terms of tips, and also it's getting better and better. We are upgrading the app and adding more features to it. So yeah, so Philips is doing its bit in terms of educating people, in terms of skilling, in terms of bringing awareness. So whether it's a male or a female, or whether it's a child, whether it's already a professional, undergrad or a graduate, anybody who has got anything to do with manufacturing, Philips is over there to assist, to help, of course, to bring equity, equality, or whatever you need. I mean, we are there, and you can contact us in whatever way we can guide you, help you, hold your hand and counsel you. We are there. So yeah, that is our commitment to manufacturing basically, and that's why we always strive to bring excellence in whatever we do. We always try to bring newer and newer technologies to our country and to the region where we are. So we try to bring all of this so that people can get empowered, our country can move forward, and our people can prosper. Basically, at the end of it is that every human being has the right to prosper and to lead a life that is fulfilling, right? So that's what we are looking for our country. By third largest economy, what are we trying to do? We are trying to remove people from poverty, take them towards progress, and also compete with the so-called developed nations, right? So that's what we are doing, and I think we are on the right track, and we are doing our bit with our country. So Philips India is proud to be a part of this journey, basically. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time, and I must say that this is one of the sessions where we are conducting on the International Women's Day today, and we are not talking anything to specifically tell that we should empower women, because I personally believe women are born empowered.
Yes, okay. I believe so.
And we don't believe in advocating things that women needs to do this. No, there are opportunities which this country is creating, Philips is creating, other people are creating. Only one thing what we need is right information and the awareness, where people should know this is a place where a career can be developed.
Yeah, a very fulfilling and a prosperous career can be made, and it has a lot of options. I mean,
more importantly, all those females or even males, we are gender
whoever.
equal. Okay, you are required for this industry to grow.
Yes.
So take this opportunity and create awareness among your family, amongst to the people around you
Yeah,
to
anybody.
embrace equity and also be part of the growing manufacturing India and globally.
This is the next revolution, I would say. Manufacturing is the next revolution that is happening in our country, and we should all be a part of it. That's my message. And yeah, women, I don't think so need empowerment. I think just don't stand in their way. I mean, just leave them alone and they'll make things happen. They're anyways making it happen. Yeah. So just don't hinder them, you know. That's my message. Don't empower. They don't need empowerment. Don't hinder. Don't come in their way.
Don't interfere.
Don't interfere. Yeah.
That's the best message we can give during this International Women's Day.
Just leave them alone. They'll make it happen. Yeah. They are very capable. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Hari. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.